decimals. You can see 6 problems written on the board, very common in mental maths, and all these problems need to be solved orally without use of pen and paper. So let us see how you can solve all these problems without pen and paper. Now see, whenever you have decimal in the numerator but no decimal in the denominator, in mental maths you will be given numbers which are reducible to a lowest form. Now see, this 0.18 is actually 18 upon 100. So just write 18 upon 45 and 1 upon 100. You have to remember that you don't need to divide by 100. So 9 times 2, 9 times 5. Now if you know that 2 by 5 is 0.4 and you have to divide by 100, then decimal shifts 2 digits to the left side. So this becomes 0.004. So here is the answer for the first question. All these steps need to be done mentally. Similarly, in this case, we have 18 and in the denominator we have 12. But since we have one decimal place here, so in the numerator we will have a 10. So 6 2 times and 6 3 times. Now 3 by 2 is 1.5 and into 10 gives you 15. So 15 is the answer for this problem. Likewise, here also you have decimal in the denominator. 15 becomes 150 upon 4. Now, how do you divide by 4? You have to take half. 75 by 2 or 37.5 is the answer. You can see that we are taking up very less number of steps to solve these questions. Students at the basic level, that is junior students, they can be greatly benefited by this video. See, here we have 54 upon, see, 3 digits means 1000, and since 1 digit decimal is here, so we will have 10 in the numerator and 9 comes in the denominator. And now things are very easy. 1 0 gets cancelled. 9 6 are 54, so 6 upon 100 is 0.06, which is the answer. Similarly, similar to this problem, we have this 28 upon 100 in the numerator and 10 upon 8 in the denominator. This is 8 upon 10, it becomes 10 upon 8. So 1 0 gets cancelled. 4 2s are, 4 7s are, and now you know 7 by 2 is 3.5 and 3.5 upon 100 gives you the answer 0.035. That is the answer for the question. Now, similar to this, we have another question. We have 1 0 less here, so this is 0.35. Now here in this question you have 326 in the numerator and 100, then 10 upon 5, so 1 0 gets cancelled and you just need to divide 326 by 5. This is 5 6 are 30, 26, 5 5 are 25.2 upon 10, so 6.52 is the answer. Or if you understand that 0.5 is actually half, so you can multiply the numerator by 2, 3.26 into 2, you will get the answer 6.52 directly using this method also. So division by 0.5 is very easy. Now you can see that the denominators which I have taken are 0.5, 0.25, 0.75. So only 3 denominators I have taken. And believe it or not, division by 0.5, 0.25, 0.75 can be very easy and fundamental only if you know some basic rules of decimals. Now see, division by 0.5 is nothing but doubling. Whenever we need to divide any number, whether in decimals or a perfect natural number, we have to divide by 0.5, then we just double the numerator. Actually, 0.5 is nothing but half, and when half comes in the denominator, it becomes multiplied by 2 when it moves to the numerator. So actually, if you see this question, you should know that the answer for this question will be the double of the numerator, that is 14.48. So very easy. Simple division method, 7.24 into 2 gives you 14.48. Likewise, you see this question here, sixth question, 13.72 upon 0.5. Now, as soon as you see 0.5 in the denominator, you should know that we have to double the numerator. So, in this case, 13.72 will be multiplied by 2 to get you the final answer, and it will come out to be 2 to the 4, 2 sevens are 14. So 7 and 2. So 27.44. So this is division by 0.5. Now see two questions of 0.25. So whenever we have to divide by 0.25, you need to know that 0.25 is nothing but a quarter, that is 1 upon 4, and whenever 1 upon 4 comes in the denominator, you have to multiply the numerator by 4. So likewise, in this question you multiplied by 2, in this question we will be multiplying by 4. So 1.003 into 4 will give you the answer, which will come out to be 4 3 are 12, 0 and 4. So 4.012 is the answer for this question. Students, you need to calculate all these things mentally because they are questions of mental maths. They are not questions of written maths. So these rules will enable you to think over the questions of decimals in a proper way and get to the answer within 2 to 3 seconds time only. So here also you have the denominator 0.25. So your answer will be obtained by multiplying the numerator by 4. Now you can see 0.7 into 4 is 28 and 4 5 is 20 and 6. So 60.28 will be the answer when you divide 15.07 and 0.25. Likewise, we have two more questions here in which the denominator is 0.75, and again you need to understand what 0.75 is. Once you know 0.75 is 3 upon 4, that is 3 quarters, 3 upon 4, the problem becomes very simple, and this problem is actually the number in the numerator multiplied by 4 and divided by 3. So what you need to do here is to divide this by 3 first. 3 to the 6, 4 and 2. So 24.2, and then multiply it by 4. And how do you multiply numbers by 4? You have to double the number twice. Like here 1003, 2006, 4012. So 4012, 4012. That is, I have doubled this number twice. Similarly, here also I have doubled the number twice. Double of 15 is 30, 30 double is 60. Then 7, 14, 28. Likewise, now you can multiply by 4 by doubling twice. 48, 4, 96, 8. So 96.8 is the answer for this question. Isn't that easy? Let's apply the rule here. See here 1.245. So divide by 3 and into 4. So what do you obtain? After division 0. So 415 into 4. Now you need to double this 415 twice. 415, 830, 1660. So 1660. And now put a decimal 3 digits. So from here 1, 2, 3, 1.66 is the answer for the problem. 6 problems. You can see here that the denominator in the first problem here is 0.1. Very easy, and hardly it takes 2 to 3 seconds to get to the answer of this first problem. Likewise, if you see the second problem here, this denominator now changes to 0.2. Now 0.2, again, if you are aware of the relationship between decimals and the fractions, then this problem is not going to consume much time. In the third problem here, you can see that the denominator is 0.02, and here 0.4, 0.05, 1.5. So we are going to discuss all these denominators. All these questions are mental maths questions. They can be done in a maximum of 5 seconds each. Yes, a maximum of 5 seconds, not minimum. That is the time required to solve these kind of problems. So let's see the first question. So whenever the denominator is 0.1, all we need to do is to understand that 0.1 is actually 1 upon 10. So this is actually multiplication of the numerator by 10 and shifting of the decimal place one digit to the right side. So 373.8 is the answer for this question. So simply transfer the decimal one digit towards the right. You get the answer on division of that number by 0.1. Now what happens when it becomes 0.2? Now 0.2 is 2 upon 10. So again we have a 10 in the denominator. So first of all shift this decimal one digit towards the right. That means it becomes 40.06, and then divide this result by 2, you get your answer. Half of 40.06 is 20.03. So you see, such a large calculation which seems to be large, 4.006 divided by 0.2 can be found out so simply using these mental maths tricks. Let's see 0.02. Now see, we have two digits after the decimal place here. So whenever we have two digits after the decimal place, we need to shift the decimal two digits towards the right side. Here we have only one place, that is 2. So we have shifted this decimal one digit towards the right. So here I am going to shift this decimal one digit towards the right, two digits towards the right, but here we don't have a decimal. So what we do? We just put two zeros, and now we have a 2 here. So just divide this result by 2. You are going to get your final answer for the question. Half of 126 is 63, and answer for the question is 6300, 6300. Let's apply the trick for some of this division of decimals to this fourth question, in which the denominator is now 0.4. Now what happens with 0.4? Again multiply this by 10, because we have one digit after the decimal here. So multiply this by 10, shift it one digit towards the right. So this becomes 17.5, and now you have to divide by 4. Now how do you divide numbers by 4? You have to consider this 4 as 2 times 2. That is, we have to half this number 2 times. What is the half of 17? It is 8.5 and 0.25. So 8.75 is the half of 17.5, and now 4 converts to 2, and finally we have the answer 4. I'm taking the half again, 4.375. This is the result of dividing 1.75 by 0.4. Friends, let me tell you that whatever steps I am writing here, these are to be carried out in the mind, and obviously tricks are very important if you want to solve these problems mentally in 3 to 4 seconds time. So let's see 0.05. Now in 0.05 we have two digits after the decimal place. So we shift the decimal two digits toward the right. So this becomes 1116 and 10, and in the denominator we have this 5. So now division with 5 can be very simple. This is 2, 2 again, 3 and 2. So double 232 is the answer when we divide 111.6 by 0.05. A very easy question, and I know that a practice of 1 hour is required to master this skill, but it is not that tough that you should leave it in exams and spare a lot of time on this. This is something you need to solve in very less time. So let's see 1.5. For 1.5, you should understand that 1.5 is 1 and a half, that is 3 by 2. So if you consider this number as 3 by 2, then this 2 will go in the numerator, thereby doubling the numerator. 72 double is 144. and 0.6 double is 1.2. So let's have 145.2. So this is the double of the number 72.6. Now let's see the denominator. Now the denominator is 3 and now divided by 3. 3 fours are 12, 25, 3 eights are 24 point and 1 2 means 4. 48.4 is the quotient when we divide 72.6 by 1.5. So here I have 6 more problems of mental maths. These are all division problems, and if you look at them once, you will feel that they are a little bit complicated. But let me tell you, if you know the basics, you can solve them easily. Let's see the first one and the second one. In both the questions, we have a common thing, that is the denominator is 2.5. Now, how do we obtain 2.5? Is it related to a round figure quantity 10? Yes, it is. 2.5 into 4 is 10. So what you do here is to multiply the numerator by 4 and this becomes 10. And how do you multiply by 4? You have to double the quantity 2 times. See, 1.07 double is 2.14 and then further double 2.14, 4.28. So 4.28 and divide by 10, and now the result is obvious in the next step. This is 0.428. So division by 2.5 can be as easy as this. One more question of this kind. See, multiply by 4 and multiply by 4. So 4 4s are 16, so this becomes 0.16. You don't need to double also because 4 into 4 is 16, so the result is obvious. And we have a 10 in the denominator, so which becomes 0.016. So the answer for the question is 0.016. So how much time we are going to take to divide by 2.5? I think it is hardly 3 to 4 seconds. Whatever may be the numerator, the problem will have a solution just 4 seconds away. Let's see 7.5. Now can you find a relationship between 2.5 and 7.5? Yes. 7.5 is 3 times 2.5. So what you can do here is to divide the number by 2.5 first and by 3 later on. That is one way of doing it. Or you have different ways of doing this. If you multiply this by 4, then this will become 30. And 30 is 3 into 10. So similar to this, you have this method. 0.825. What will you get on doubling 825? It is 1650. So 1.65 and further 1.65 doubles to 3.3. See, I have doubled 0.825 mentally 2 times. And now in the denominator we have a 3 and a 10. Now division by 3, 3.3 by 3 is 1.1. So 1.1 by 10, answer is 0.11. Remember friends, all these steps are mental math steps. And there are interviews, there are exams in which these kind of questions are asked orally. So let's have one more question of 7.5. So this is 4, 4, 2.25, the double is 4.5. Further double 9. And in the denominator 7.5 into 4 reduces to 3 into 10. Now 3 cancels 3 times. So this is 3 by 10 and the answer is 0.3. As simple as that. So division by 7.5 can be as easy as that. Let's see division by 0.005. How many decimal places here? After the decimal we have 3 digits. So first shift the decimal of the numerator by 3 digits towards the right. So this becomes 81720 and now just divide by 5. You will be having your answer in the next step. Because if we have a 5, that is why we have written 5 here. So the answer for this question 1, 6, 3, 4, 4. See, such a complicated problem, you can solve it in 5 seconds time very easily. Let's see one more problem of this kind. Again, shift the decimal 3 digits towards the right. So this becomes 2006. And we just need to divide this by 5 to get to the final answer. So the answer for the question, 4. So we have a 0 here and 1.2. So 401.2 is the quotient. So friends, do practice these methods, very, very important methods. And I'm sure you must be enjoying the series of videos on decimals because they do make you resourceful and enjoy maths. Kindly share it with your friends and don't forget to subscribe the channel.